Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have a love-hate relationship with Sigma females? What makes these independent women so polarizing in social circles? Imagine walking into a room where a woman commands attention without even trying, not through loud proclamations or typical social maneuvering, but through a quiet, almost intimidating sense of self-assurance. That's a Sigma female. And today, we're diving deep into why they rub so many people the wrong way. 1. Understanding the Sigma female persona beyond traditional social hierarchies. The Sigma female represents a revolutionary approach to personal identity that transcends conventional social categorizations. Unlike traditional personality archetypes that rely on hierarchical positioning, she exists as a standalone entity, completely independent of social validation mechanisms. Her uniqueness stems from an intrinsic ability to navigate life without seeking external approval or confirmation from social groups. These extraordinary individual challenges fundamental assumptions about feminine behavior and social interaction. Where most people seek comfort in collective validation, the Sigma female finds her strength in solitary self-reflection and personal growth. Her independence is not a rebellious stance but a natural state of being, a profound understanding that personal worth is not determined by social acceptance, but by individual potential and self-respect. 2. The misunderstood independence, a lifestyle beyond conventional boundaries. Misunderstood independence is not merely a characteristic but a comprehensive life philosophy for Sigma females. Their approach to personal autonomy goes beyond simple self-sufficiency. It represents a radical reimagining of personal boundaries and social interactions. This independence creates a significant disconnect with traditional social expectations, generating both fascination and discomfort among those who encounter them. The Sigma female's independence manifests as a complete rejection of socially prescribed roles and expectations. She doesn't seek to prove her worth through constant social engagement or validation. Instead, she creates her own ecosystem of personal growth, driven by internal motivation and a deep commitment to individual authenticity. This approach challenges fundamental social mechanisms that rely on mutual dependency and collective validation. 3. Challenging social expectations, rewriting unwritten rules. Social expectations have long created invisible scripts that dictate acceptable female behavior. These unwritten rules demand consistent emotional availability, continuous compromise, and a perpetual state of accommodation. Sigma females fundamentally challenge these deeply ingrained social narratives by refusing to conform to predefined behavioral patterns. Their rejection of traditional social expectations is not an act of rebellion but a deliberate choice to live authentically. They refuse to engage in performative behaviors that compromise their personal integrity. Small talk, forced pleasantries, and maintaining relationships purely for social convenience are activities they consciously avoid. This approach can be perceived as confrontational. For Sigma females, it represents a commitment to genuine, meaningful interactions. 4. The intimidation factor, authentic confidence as a disruptive force. Confidence, when embodied by Sigma females, becomes a powerful and often intimidating force. Unlike performative self-assurance that seeks external validation, their confidence emerges from a deep, unshakable sense of self-worth. This authentic confidence challenges societal norms that expect women to be apologetic, self-diminishing, or constantly seeking approval. The intimidation factor lies not in aggression but in the pure, unapologetic manifestation of self-respect. Sigma females do not adjust their personality to make others comfortable. Instead, they expect interactions to meet their standards of genuine, meaningful engagement. This approach can make people feel small, not through intentional diminishment, but through the powerful contrast of authentic self-acceptance. 5. Communication style conflicts, directness as a strategic approach. Communication for Sigma females is a precision tool, not a social lubricant. Their communication style prioritizes clarity, efficiency, and authenticity over diplomatic niceties and emotional manipulation. Where traditional communication often involves complex emotional navigation, Sigma females prefer direct, unambiguous interactions that eliminate unnecessary complexity. This razor-sharp communication approach can be deeply uncomfortable for individuals accustomed to more nuanced, indirect forms of interaction. Their brutal honesty is not intended to wound, but to create clarity and eliminate potential misunderstandings. By refusing to engage in emotional games or indirect communication, they challenge complex social scripts that rely on unspoken understandings. 6. Career and ambition tensions, redefining professional success. Professional environments present a unique arena where Sigma females challenge established dynamics. Their ambition is not driven by corporate ladder climbing or strategic networking, but by a pure passion for personal excellence and genuine professional achievement. They view success as a direct result of skill, dedication, and individual performance rather than social maneuvering. This approach fundamentally disrupts workplace cultures that often reward interpersonal skills and political relationships over genuine competence. Sigma females prioritize skill development, individual performance, and continuous personal growth. Their success becomes a silent critique of systems that value social performativity over authentic expertise, creating tension with traditional organizational structures. 7. Complex relationship dynamics, autonomy, and personal connections. Romantic and personal relationships represent another domain where Sigma females challenge conventional norms. They do not view partnerships as a means of completing personal identity, but as optional collaborative experiences between autonomous individuals. This perspective radically challenges traditional relationship models that often expect women to sacrifice personal autonomy for relational harmony. Sigma females maintain robust personal boundaries and refuse to lose their sense of self in interpersonal dynamics. They approach relationships as negotiated collaborations, where personal space, individual growth, and mutual respect are paramount. This approach can be deeply challenging for partners accustomed to more traditional relationship paradigms that demand consistent emotional availability and personal compromise. 8. Social adaptability challenges selective engagement as a strength. Social adaptability for Sigma females is not about constant interaction but strategic, meaningful engagement. Large gatherings, networking events, and group dynamics often feel more exhausting than energizing. Their selective approach to social interactions is not a weakness but a deliberate strategy for maintaining personal energy and authenticity. This approach can be misinterpreted as antisocial behavior by individuals who thrive on constant social stimulation. However, for Sigma females, solitude is not isolation but a powerful space for personal reflection, growth, and recharge. They find more fulfillment in deep, meaningful interactions than in superficial, widespread social connectivity. 9. Emotional complexity, misunderstood strategic emotional intelligence. Emotional processing for Sigma females is a sophisticated, internal mechanism that differs significantly from conventional emotional expression. They experience emotions deeply but process them analytically, controlled, and purposefully. This approach challenges expectations of visible emotional displays and continuous emotional availability. Their emotional intelligence operates on a different frequency, strategic, introspective, and highly self-aware. While this might frustrate partners and friends expecting more demonstrative emotional responses, it represents a mature approach to emotional management. Sigma females view emotions as complex data points to be understood and strategically navigated rather than uncontrolled experiences. 10. Breaking stereotypes, a powerful challenge to societal narratives. At their core, Sigma females represent a profound challenge to limiting female stereotypes. By refusing to be boxed into predefined roles or expectations, they expose the artificial constraints of societal narratives about women's behavior, ambition, and social interactions. Their very existence becomes a powerful statement of individual agency and personal freedom. They demonstrate that personal identity cannot be confined to simplistic categorizations or social expectations. Through their actions, Sigma females create space for broader, more inclusive definitions of femininity, success, and personal authenticity. They remind us that true empowerment lies not in conforming to external expectations, but in the courage to define oneself authentically and unapologetically. Conclusion, celebrating individual complexity. The Sigma female's journey is not about rejection, but about radical self-acceptance. The discomfort they generate stems not from their inherent nature, but from the rigidity of social expectations. By refusing to compromise their authentic selves, they challenge us to expand our understanding of personal identity, female agency, and the diverse ways individuals can navigate social landscapes. Their existence is a powerful reminder that true empowerment transcends societal scripts, that personal worth is not determined by conformity, and that the most extraordinary path is often the one least traveled.